welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I just want to take a moment here to welcome back my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here, for being a part of this beautiful family that we're growing. I really appreciate your friendship, and I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me on Etsy and on Instagram. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for being a big part of my life. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. Please grab yourself a cup of tea, pull up a chair, grab some snacks, and settle in. We'll have a little bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather at this table. So today's pick a card reading, we're calling it a no contact love message. I used to call it a soulmate Sunday type of check-in with your person, but this is someone that you're in no contact with. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you at this time? I have three piles for you to check. Three piles for you to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot and the Blue Aragonite. Pile number 2 with the Joie de Vivre Tarot and this piece of Malachite. Whoops. And pile number 3 with the Erotic Fantasy Tarot and this Carnelian Palm. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, if there is a stone that's calling out to you, there may be a message waiting for you from Spirit today. And my timestamps are listed below in the description box. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, we're doing a no contact love message from your person today. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts? Pile 1. Hello everybody. In pile number 1, you are drawn to the Blue Aragonite or to the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot, which is one of my favorites. And this is your reading. The person on your mind. What are their secret feelings, hidden thoughts of you? What are they currently thinking, feeling about you and this connection? Despite the no contact situation between you. We have the Four of Cups coming out first. And the Four of Cups is a really difficult energy to contend with because it's very apathetic. There's a boredom perhaps that this person's feeling in their life in general. It's just that they could be feeling that they're stuck in some type of emotional rut, and your connection adds to that rut. So they use it as a bit of a example for themselves as to why things aren't going the way that they wish that they would go. So you, not that you are the author of their unhappiness, of course not, but this person does add you to their plate of mishaps in life, or adds you to this sense of they're not happy, they're not satisfied. It's an unsatisfaction. We have the Three of Cups. We also have the Ace of Swords, and we also have the Page of Cups. They claim to have gained a lot of epiphanies since your disconnect about how they feel. And I think that this apathetic way of treating the situation may have been a habitual one in the past as well. They may have a history of feeling something but not acting upon it. And then when something doesn't go their way, they sort of use that as proof in the pudding that their fears were justified in some way. There is a little bit of an emotional need for maturation here. What are they currently feeling? Their current thoughts. We have the Four of Wands. Back of the deck is the Justice. And I don't want to say that they're in a bit of a victim mentality type of stance, but they may be, because they feel like things are very out of balance, and they didn't have these epiphanies about their thoughts or feelings for you until it seemed like it was beyond their scope or beyond their ability to act upon that thought process or that discovery of you. They feel like and they are in a very lack mindset too. Even the Page of Cups here, there's holes in the spoon. So it's like, I want a new emotional start, but there's not enough. I'm not enough. There's not enough for me to offer. And they keep this belief system is so deeply entrenched that it's adding to this sense of apathy and a sense of helplessness that I can't shift things right now. Now, sometimes the Justice talks about, current roles or even past roles that they partook in that they felt impeded their ability to come towards you. And I feel like there is a definite friendship component to this connection, or it should have, maybe it should not have stayed in friendship and it should have moved forward, but it did not. And now there's even more complications in place. Can we clarify, please, the Four of Cups? Their current feelings and secret thoughts of you. The Nine of Wands reversed. There's a little bit of defensiveness that I'm feeling from that Four of Cups and the Nine of Wands reversed. They're a little defensive about their position. We have the Magician, because they are very much defending this position of, I'm powerless to make change here. I may have been powerless in the past too to create change because they overlooked me, or they didn't recognize that I was sitting right in front of them. But as this sort of, there's a sense of them sort of passing the buck of blame here. And if they had this mentality in the past that, you know, that you allowed them to slip through your fingers in some way, and that's kind of an energy I'm picking up, the same rings true for them. Truthfully, they're feeling frustrated with the situation, but they haven't had enough of an epiphany to turn that blame towards themselves, because it's hard to live with regret. It's hard to live with loss like that. It's easier for us to place the blame on other people. And not that they're like solely putting the blame on you, but they are just in a state of they're frustrated. They're frustrated with their position. They're frustrated because they know deep down that they put themselves there. And now all of that frustration is sort of building up a certain amount of pressure. A certain amount of pressure that they kind of want to burst out of. Because they do have a desire to come towards you. They do have a very strong attraction that still exists. And there does seem to be separation here, but it doesn't feel like decades and decades and decades of separation. It feels like there's been some evolution, because we're going from the Pages to the Knights. And they are definitely less emotionally mature than you are. They may not even have as many experiences to draw upon as you do. They may be passing the buck because it could be, if you are the Divine Feminine who is watching this, they may be passing the buck over here because they feel like currently your position doesn't allow them to come forward. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Ten of Swords. This person acts way more confident with you, or did in the past, than they ever felt. They never felt that confidence, but they were really good at hiding and pretending like they were confident. And as I said, there's definitely an air here for someone watching that this person feels like they are helpless to create change, and they are and as I said, they're kind of passing the buck to you, but it's because of the physical position you may hold, or their perception of the position that you may hold. You may have entered into a new emotional beginning in another realm with someone else, or you may be climbing the ladder of success and they feel like there's no wiggle room for them in your life. Whatever the case is, your position, if you're the Divine Feminine here, impedes their ability to come towards you. They feel like there's a lot of complications in coming towards you. And part of those complications may require a shakeup to your position, and they don't know, if they're not confident enough in your feelings for them that they feel like you would be willing to sacrifice things for them. But they've had enough of an epiphany, enough of an awareness to understand that this is a very special connection that they missed out on. And they are really sort of wishing for change, hoping for change, but some of that hope is starting to wane. I can't deny that. Some of the hope is starting to wane. Some of their confidence is not actually intact. Because even this Ace of Cups, it's like, I really want this new emotional start, but everything's raining. And that dragonfly that's already seems to have survived so much. It survived the bullfrog, it survived the praying mantis, and now it's raining. It's like it can't take off no matter what it does. And so there is this sense of listlessness about the whole situation. The desire for reunion and the epiphanies that have come in that have been both helpful because it's solidified their feelings, but also really hurts. Even in the Ten of Swords. And there's the epiphany. There's the truth. The Two of Cups, which is a wish for a relationship. If it was a friendship, they did not want to leave it in that realm, and they still wish that they didn't have to leave it in that realm. But there is a bit of hopelessness that has set in for them, and the Ten of Swords does encourage us to leave behind things that are not serving us, that our heart is really transfixed upon. But I feel like they're so drawn to you that they can't detach right now. They're just not at that place. They don't want to give up hope completely, even though things may feel kind of hopeless at this moment. They don't want to give up that hope. And even here you can see underneath this, looks like a moth, dragonfly, or moth, butterfly combo. I'm not sure here. But even the bottom, it looks like a wasp, because sometimes these realities sting. The epiphany of the connection being as special and important and unique as it is, the reality is that somebody in this connection doesn't have space for a new relationship, and that hurts. It's really painful for this person. How are they secretly feeling for you? What are their secret feelings, please? We have here simple acts of kindness. Kindness recognizes and brings happiness to those around you. We also have here, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love each other deeply. And that's that's part of the epiphany that has come in for this person. I feel like the two of you, I don't know if you were really kind to them or vice versa, but there is like a certain amount of gentleness or kindness, compassion that you showcased to this person in the past, or perhaps again vice versa, they were kind to you. And the epiphany that has come in for them is that they should appreciate moments more fully, appreciate opportunities more fully, and act upon them when given the chance. When given an opportunity like you, if that was ever to come back around, they're not confident that they'll ever get that opportunity, but if that ever were to come back around, I feel like they would not make the same mistake. We also have focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. And again, there's a sense of compassion coming from the Divine Feminine here. I feel like they recognize now the goodness in you. And you, because of your influence, you make them want to sort of see the goodness in others. You make them want to be a better person. And I know it sounds cliche, but you make them want to strive to be a better person, because they want to rise to your level. You can see this Queen of Pentacles rising up the ladder. They want to rise to your level, and they know they're not on it yet. Back of the deck says, get to know each other, learn to meet each other's need for love. So enough time has passed where they feel like you've evolved and you've grown. And they recognize the deficit in themselves, but they'd like to get to that level. They'd like to figure out what you've been going through. What have you experienced? What have they missed in this connection? For you right now, this moment. This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner that you seek. You slipped through their fingers. They also felt like you let them slip through their fingers, but they're going to come to more awareness and epiphanies about that as well as they proceed. We also have playfulness. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine to recapture that romance. And there's a lot of flirtation in this connection. A lot of flirtation in this connection. So much so that it perhaps got out of control and really should have evolved, which I feel like only adds to this person's kind of bitterness a little bit. They're a little bit bitter about their actions and how they treated this connection in the past. Religious factors is on the back of the deck. And when this card shows up for me, sometimes there are families or even marriages in place. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. That's definitely not for everyone. Let's get a couple of these. Their current thoughts and feelings for pile number 1, please. We have the Golden Mirror, self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. Now, you could resonate with that if you are currently in a relationship, if you're experiencing that. I feel like, I don't want to say that this person was a narcissist. I don't feel like they were, but they may have come from a family or a past where they had to experience a lot of narcissistic behavior. So they're taking a long time to reach these epiphanies. So they take a longer period of time to reflect and have these epiphanies where they become more self-aware about their own actions, causing some of their actions causing some of the situation at hand as it is. So it's taking them some time to gain that awareness, or it did take them time to gain that awareness. We also have hammer here, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. So trying really hard to evolve as a person. And you have influenced that. You have made them want to do that, to become better. Back of the deck says, photograph, looking at you, missing you, nostalgia, and wishing that they could make new memories with you. Let's get a couple of message cards from this person. What are some of their secret thoughts, please, of pile number 1 right this moment? And I've been feeling your presence around me. You still influence this person despite the fact that you're not physically together. What are their current secret thoughts of pile number 1, please? I want to dedicate a song to you. They feel very young in nature, this person. They don't feel like they have a lot of relationship experience even now. Maybe they didn't in the past as well. I was in denial. I've thought about spending time with I've thought about you spending time with my family and I. And the thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me. I do not want to see the pain that I've caused in your eyes. The back of the deck says, I've been hurt by love before. And I feel like it's their insecurities that always fed into what is currently happening. It was their insecurities that created the distance. And it's their insecurities that would create potential sabotage if this was ever to come full circle as well. Current thoughts and feelings from the person. Pile wants mine, please. What are their current secret thoughts? I feel stuck. And I just saw I'm coming forward with an offer, but I feel like they don't feel like they can because they feel stuck to come forward with that offer. They feel halted, and I feel like it's because of the Divine Feminine's energy. So if you are not the Divine Feminine, then they are the ones who are causing the stagnation. But they say that it's the Divine Feminine here who is in a connection or in some sort of position that doesn't allow movement. The longing eats away at me. What are their secret thoughts for pile 1, please? I am losing hope. And that hurts. That really hurts this person. They act like it doesn't bother them, but it has too much time passed. And the thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. So they get exceptionally jealous over you, group 1. I am different than you remember. I've changed. And they want to know how you've changed. They wonder if too much time has passed. But again, I don't feel like there's too long of a period that has transpired. Let's get a few more here, the small ones, and then we'll get your charm bowl. Their current secret thoughts of pile 1 right this moment. Thank you. Whoops. I want to take a risk with you. But in order for a new beginning here, I do feel like something else has to be released. Something has to be released. Something or someone or a big foundation has to be released. Is the risk, though, worth that reward? And addictions come in many forms, and you are mine. And, you know, even with this moth energy, like a moth to a flame, this person can't seem to shake their feelings for you. Smile, though your heart is breaking. This person is really good at wearing masks when it comes to this connection and how they feel. Pretending like they're not feeling this emotional destitution when they are in fact suffering because of it. The chaos this creates is too scary for their situation or for yours. I need a break from this, from the addiction to you. Wanting peace. Because my nights are long and filled with you. So they feel like they are losing sleep. And I want a truce. Can we come back together? Can we start over? Back of the deck says, please let's build together. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile 1. If you are new to the channel, I do end each pile with a charm cast, with some tiny tarot, with some advice from spirit, and then some charms from my bowl that I've collected. I always encourage those of you watching, though, I have messages from my charms, but I also encourage you to see what you can see in the charms. Spirit is always trying to communicate with us in variable ways. So when they have our attention, they try extra hard. Whoops, missed the bowl. Pile 1, please. 9 of Cups, the Page of Wands, the High Priestess reversed. The 9 of Cups is really talking about the focus that this person still has on you and how you are still a wish in their heart. You're still something that they ascribe to, that they wish they could have. They're still curious about you and about what could have been in this connection if they had just listened to their intuition. If they had just tamed the fears inside of themselves and listened to their intuition, they feel like they could have had it all. And now they feel like they're sort of always going to be wondering, will this be a connection that they have to want forever? In the bowl today, group 1, we have the letter R. We have the dolphin, which is talking about playfulness and youth and a great laugh. So somebody who could have a really great laugh. We have the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess in the bowl too. So somebody who's very intuitive, but also we have divine. Talking about somebody who suppresses their feelings for you or hid their feelings for you in the past. We have divine. This connection is divinely guided. There could also be, it's a connection that defies logic perhaps. We have a penny from 2008. And we have the Rose of Hope. We also have here the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands talks about gateways and twin flame energy, reasons to celebrate. It also talks about commitments at times. And we do have a tree here. It's kind of reversed. And the tree always speaks to me about perhaps a foundation already rooted in place. So a family unit potentially. So take that as it resonates. All right, group number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and become a part of this family that we're growing. If you feel called to, we would love to have you. Please hit your notification bell and your like button so that I can bring you more content. And if you drop me a comment below, be sure to hit your notification bell because I offer a chance to win a free reading with me, and I notify you through the comment section. I also offer a chance to win a free mini read over on Instagram monthly, and I'll be posting about that soon. And I offer private readings through my Etsy account. The link is below. But I hope that you come back here to the Tarot Cottage for another day, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody, in pile number 2, you are drawn to the green malachite here, and I'll just plop it in the side. Or to the Joie de Vivre Tarot, and this is your reading. A no contact love message from the person on your mind. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? Let's start with your tarot to get some current feelings. We'll move on to Oracle, and we'll do some message cards to see what some of their current thoughts will be or are currently of you at this moment. So first of all, we have the Emperor coming out. So we have a lot of Taurus energy here with this Emperor, and it's very guarded. The Emperor, oftentimes, he can be the father figure of the deck. So there could be children with this person. They don't have to have children, of course. Please take it as resonates to your situation because I am dealing with collective energy. But there's an emotional guardedness. It's not that he's unaffected by his emotions. It's that he feels he has to keep it hidden, or it's not like he's not showcasing strength if he doesn't. So this person may feel like they have to suppress how they feel. They're also sort of putting themselves in this divine masculine position as well. What are their current feelings? Pile 2. We have the Star. You've had a profound effect on this person. Already out of the gate, we have 2 major arcanic themes being presented. And that may not seem profound, but it really is. When we have major themes being presented, there's the Hierophant being presented. It always talks about someone who has a huge impact on our ascension on a spiritual scale, or vice versa, or usually and vice versa. Definite Taurus energy with this person. We also have Aquarius. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We also have the 5 of Wands coming out with that 10 of Pentacles. Now, the Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles, these are cards of commitment. These are cards of position, of authority, of family sometimes, of marriage. So as I said, there's somebody in this connection that could be married with children. There's a vibe of kids right off of the gate. So if you know that that's your message, you'll know that that's for you. Always remember that if a pile does not resonate with you, that there may be a message waiting for you in another pile or perhaps another reading as well. So always trust your instincts and always listen to your higher self. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Seven of Wands. So already this person is really feeling, they're not losing hope, or at least we haven't really clarified this Star card yet, but they still hold out hope. You are still sort of a source of focus that they still think about, that they still perhaps long for, hope for. They see value in this opportunity, or they saw value in the opportunity with you, but now they struggle within their current position, I feel, with the Hierophant. They see that there's a lot of obstacles to get through. One of which is they have a lot of jealousy even towards people who get to be around you. There could be competition as well involved in this connection that would require our attention. We have the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Swords. We also have the Queen of Wands. So this person's still very much physically, especially attracted to you. They could even be someone who may be keeping tabs on you. This isn't my Page of Swords, but look at the Ace of Swords with that big telescope. This Ace of Swords talks about being truthful and being open and honest, and about sort of epiphanies and thought processes that have come in for this person over the course of the disconnect. They are a little bit intimidated by you, and I feel like that's always been in place with this Queen of Wands. You could be a fire sign. I almost just heard the word, you're a firecracker when it comes to this person. You're like a firecracker. And they're very, very attracted to you. We have the Two of Pentacles, but they're also juggling a lot of responsibilities. One of these things that they're struggling and juggling with are their feelings for you, but I feel like there's a lot of practical concerns too that this person feels responsible for, which is why they suppress this desire that the Knight of Wands has to come charging in with fire and with purpose and with like instant gratification, because that's what they want. But it's their position that allows them to stay stoic. They could be, oops, sorry with the wobble. They could be really concerned about even other people's opinions if they were to overcome the obstacles and charge towards you. What are their current feelings, please? We have here the Judgment card. I feel like they've had a lot of time to reflect about the hows and the whys and everything that happened between the two of you. And when we do the judgment, the purpose of this judgment is to create clarity enough for us to overcome these challenges, or any challenges we see, to create movement, to create new beginnings. And I feel like this person wishes that they could kind of come back from the dead, like just pop into your life right this moment, to be resurrected. But there are things in place. And in this particular card, you can see it's an actual tree that has roots that have been uprooted, that are now battling perhaps with the desire that they have towards you, battling their own foundation. So understanding that it's kind of their own position that gets in the way. And we have the Seven of Coins, which requires them to be patient. But they still, as I said, here's the King of Coins. There's the Three of Swords. There could be third party here with the Three of Swords, but there's the Two of Cups. And the truth lies under the surface of things in this connection. Appearances are deceiving when it comes to this connection. And on the outside of things, this person has a very secure position, very secure life. And of course, these energies can be reversed. You can be the Divine Masculine in this scenario, 100%. Energies can totally be reversed here. But someone in this connection, they're on the outside, their life is great. It looks great. But underneath it all, the truth is revealed, because there is sadness, despite the fact that they have appearances where they have a lot of responsibilities. There may be third party, whatever the case may be. You can see they're still longing. They're still looking over here at the flame that ignited long ago. There are even friendship aspects here too, because I see a spark of friendship for some reason in here. I just saw friendship. But it should have been more than friendship, because the truth is this. It's the Two of Cups. It's a relationship that defies reason. It's the desire for a communion of souls to come together. But there's an acknowledgement, very practical minded, this person, I should say, an acknowledgement that their patience is definitely required. Are they growing impatient? Yes. There's pain associated with the loss. Are they prepared for that patience? It feels like they are, because they're trying to respect the position you're in and perhaps the position they're in. They're acknowledging that there's insecurity, but that physical entrapments, I feel. Physical entrapments controlling their motions or their movements towards you. Oops, that does not want to stay there, does it? Your current feelings, please, for pile 2. How do you currently feel for pile number 2? We have the Observer. They are watching you, keeping tabs on you. And you can see that coyote is sitting up on an egg here. The egg is a symbol of potential and what could be. And all that star energy adorning the card is talking about the hope they still hold. But he's peering at the moon. The moon being a symbol of the reflection that they've had about you, the thought processes that they go through when it comes to you. But it's also highlighting their insecurities about detaching from, you know, this position, this role that they play, these responsibilities that they have on their shoulders that they feel are their responsibility. And they seem very kind of practical, as I said, so it feels like they have every intention of fulfilling these responsibilities. We have New Life. And back of the deck is the Yin. That's the Divine Feminine. And the New Life is talking about their new life, perhaps your new life, and how there is not necessarily a space within those new lives for this connection at this time, which brings us back to that Seven of Pentacles. Having to wait. We already planted this seed. The seed's this little heart, already planted this seed, but now we have to wait to see what grows out of that seed. And there's patience required. And there's all this other growth that wasn't expected that now gets in the way. But there's a really important, there's even a message coming through about the growth that was unexpected, the position that they hold, the position that you may hold, that there were necessities to those positions. So especially if there were children involved, these children were meant to be. And so this route that this connection has taken, albeit it is a difficult one emotionally because we're separated, these are the types of epiphanies and enlightenments that we have over the course of our experience that lead us to the awareness of why things detour the way that they do. Current thoughts of pile number 2, please. How are they currently feeling? Honeymoon. Enjoy the holiday time of bliss together. But this card always comes up when there is an already in place attachment and they want to whisk you away on a private holiday, on a secret holiday, because they dream about you. But they also suppress those dreams. They don't tell other people. We have pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And there's a lot of red tape. We have children on the back of the deck. A lot of red tape, a lot of practical concerns here that this person or you perhaps, again, there could be a duality to this connection where you're both juggling. A lot of practicalities, a lot of red flags to navigate over. And again, children, I feel straight out of the gate, somebody watching, there's children involved in this connection. Our current feelings for pile number 1, please. Or pile number 2. We have here Zen Garden. You are the inner sanctuary. You are this focus that they get to go to that gives them hope. The inner sanctuary that they can escape to amidst their responsibilities. And again, in the middle of this is this tree. Definitely a family situation that could be in place here. And we have Amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence. There's almost like it's like if they didn't have hope, they would perhaps fall into a despair or a really deep sadness. If they didn't hold out hope in this connection, if they didn't kind of have an inkling or an inclination that there could be possibilities in the future, I feel like this person could slip into a lot more sadness than they experience. We have peace here, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts, because that's why they focus on this. That's why they hold out this hope of certainty towards this connection. They try to maintain their confidence in it, because otherwise some of this restlessness would take over and really affect their experience. You have a more of effect on this person than you like to think that you do. What are their current feelings towards pile 2, please? We have here self-indulgence, focusing on self, self-worth, time to heal, self-appreciation, shadow work. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stay objective about this period of time. They're trying to work on what they can, on what they feel like they have control over right this moment. And what they have control over right this moment is this life that they've built up for themselves. But we have boat, receiving what you want, progression, arriving, hanging on, and closure issues. They're not finished. They are not done. There's unfinished business here that they want to see. And I feel like they're waiting for this opportunity. I just want to actually clarify that Ace of Coins, please, Spirit. Their current feelings for pile 2. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like they're trying to see things through in their current responsibilities. And they're hoping for a new beginning. Out of the blue. Page of Cups. Wait, underneath that's the Ten of Wands. They're hoping for a new beginning out of the blue. Here's the Death card. It's like a rebirth is hoped for, because there's the King of Cups. It's like, don't take away the hope I have left, or I could be thrust into an emotional destitution. This is the first time the King of Cups has come up for this person. They've showcased themselves in such a practical light. They're like, don't take away the hope that I have. Otherwise, I'm going to be an emotional mess. I can maintain. It's kind of like that Notebook scene where he's like, I've lost you once, I can do it again. But it's like, don't give me the hope and then steal that away, or I can't handle that. I can't deal with that energy. Let's get some message cards from this person and see what their current thoughts of you are. Current thoughts, please, right this moment. What does this person currently think despite the no contact? I shouldn't have doubted my intuition. I should have ran after you. There could be connections to school with this person as well. You may have went to school with this person. They let their ego speak for them in the past. And now they've been kicking themselves ever since. I'm still trying to make sense of things, but they've gained a lot of awareness. This person could be, again, they're very authoritative. They put themselves in charge of things. They could be an entrepreneur or own their own business. That's not for everyone. That's specific to somebody watching. But they could be someone who does like hold a management position at their job. We have Yin. They think about how you may be the one, how they may have let the one slip through their fingers. The one being the divine feminine. I had blinders on. I didn't see what was sitting right in front of me, and I thought I had more time too. I feel they thought they had more time. This also speaks to the Two of Swords energy, which talks about indecision and not being able to commit because they have choices. It's like, I just want everything to be perfect. The Knight of Pentacles, and you've taught me so much. And this connection has taught this person so much. You are a very important part of this person's awareness, or the epiphanies that come about with spiritual awareness. Back of the deck says, I wonder if I'm strong enough. I wonder if I'm strong enough to have these epiphanies and this knowledge and to be able to execute the necessary steps towards the new beginnings that I want. But they're really taking their time because this Knight of Pentacles is really focused on his responsibilities, as this person has really perceived themselves as a very practical person. So they're really focused on those responsibilities, and they're going to take their time before they come towards you. But I wouldn't even close the door on that. But I would close the door if you're expecting it to come in a timely fashion, because they are really focused on this Three of Pentacles, this foundation already in place. And again, this could be double-sided. You may be sort of in a similar boat, so take it as it resonates to your situation. What are their current thoughts, please, for pile number 2? We have here, did you ever feel the same? It's like, am I a fool for feeling the way that I do? Because I'm so frustrated with myself and this situation. You make me come alive when I think about you. Bring us back to that Zen Garden card. But they aren't confident. I want to know if these feelings are mutual. And I like the way you move. Very much physically attracted to you. Straight with that Queen of Wands. Earlier we were talking about that physical attraction. And the Knight of Wands of how he wants to go charging towards you. I remember every detail of you. Which is very sweet. That's very sweet. It's like they know what you were wearing. What your hair looked like. I feel like I've lost you forever is on the back of that deck. I'm going to pull a couple little ones here for you. Pile 2. Their current thoughts for pile number 2, please. What are their current thoughts right this moment? I want to start over. I believe that card showed up in pile 1 too. It took some time, but I see clearly now. I would take you home to my mom. So I don't know if there were issues in the past where you felt like they were hiding you or they were embarrassed. I want to talk with you. And this one fell out too. This needs to stop. The feelings of insecurity, the separation perhaps. You are a secret I keep. I've got a lot of responsibilities right now, and I'm trying to be logical about my position. Back of the deck says, I'm trying to decide what to do about how I feel. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 2. A charm bowl, please. Oh, we got a little card from the last reading. A charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. The no contact love message from their person. What do they wish they could say right this moment in the bowl? What do they wish they could say in the bowl, please? We have the World. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Justice. They'd like to say to you that, you know, things are not as they appear and that they have to pretend like that they're... Oh, we have the Eight of Swords that fell out too. They have to pretend like they're more confident than they are. They have to pretend like everything's great in their current situation, but they actually feel pretty trapped by it, and they wish that they could dissolve this position in some way. Sometimes they wish that they could take it all back and have reunions with you, and they still focus on that. They don't want to lose the hope that there is hope for you in the future of this connection. But they're pretending. They want you to know that they're pretending right now, and they feel like things are not fair, that the two of you had a certain amount of destiny, and that in of itself is evidence that there has to be more coming. In the bowl today, we have the letter R and the letter Q. We also have a hatchet, somebody who needs to detach themselves from something. We have a key with wings. So if we feel trapped, when we're in the Eight of Swords, Spirit's here to remind us that if we put ourselves in a prison, kind of like a wasp trap, if you can get yourself in there, then you can get yourself out. It just needs awareness and careful perspective thought. We have here the big syringe, so an addiction type of energy. Also a medication perhaps, because we do have the stethoscope, but it's the heart stethoscope, so a blocked heart chakra or obsession. We have the fawn in the bowl, which is a symbol of childhood. So meeting each other when you were children, perhaps. We have the infinity or the yin yang here, soulmate energy. We have the feather, looking at things from a higher perspective. We also have the cupcake, and that's a symbol for me of somebody who wants their cake and eat it too. So they don't want to necessarily move it away from their current position because there's a lot of time invested there, but they also want you, like full stop, they want you. Oh, we have a penny here, and the year on this penny is... Let me see if I can see it in this light, not very clear, is 1977, so a long time ago. All right, group number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. I wish you so much luck in this connection, and if it did resonate with you, I would love to hear your story in the comments section. I would love for you to join this family and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you do, be sure to hit your notification bell when you drop me a comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer an opportunity to win a free reading over on my Instagram account on a monthly basis, and I will be posting about that soon. And I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and the link for that is below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody, in pile number 3, you were drawn to the carnelian palm. I'm going to put it over here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, it's a no contact love message. How are they currently feeling, and what are their secret thoughts of you? So what are their current feelings for you despite this no contact situation that you find yourselves in? Pile number 3. Current feelings. How are they currently feeling about pile 3, please? We have the Magician. Magician rules communication. Wanting to communicate with you. I could feel like the situation has sort of run out of control or is out of their hand right now, out of their hands. We have here the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Wands. We have the Justice. What are the current feelings for you? And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the 4 of Cups. I'm just going to clarify this as I go. Nine of Cups. Now, there seems to be a bit of a common theme in today's reading, even for pile 1 and pile 2, when it talks about sort of epiphanies that have come in after the fact, because even this World card wanted to come in reversed. Epiphanies that came in after the fact. And unfinished business and lessons that derived from these epiphanies too. The Ace of Cups. And what's interesting is you can see here the 9 of Cups, there's the unfinished business, and then there's the Ace of Cups, and they're all supporting all of the burdens that this person carries about you, their feelings, their thoughts, their intentions. They're all gone, they have all gone unexplored. And so it's all of the hopefulness, all of the passion, all of the desire they always had for you is still up in the air. And they feel like they should have walked through that gateway with you, that there was a lot at stake. And now that's all still up in the air. This 10 of Cups representing the culmination of adding the two of you together, adding their hope with a new opportunity, and there was delays in that. And it could have culminated to this 10 of Cups, which is so much emotional abundance, but it didn't. And so there's like, it's not fair. It's like things are out of balance, and they should not be the way that they are. They should not be the way that they are. That's what whoops, sorry about that. If it's any consolation, it hurt my thumb. We have here the Ace of Swords, or Ace of Wands, I'm sorry. And you can see this Ace of Wands, which talks about a spark of thought, the passion they have towards you, the focus they have on you. It's being held up by all of these skulls. And I'm looking at like years having gone by, adding to this person's burdens, perhaps years having gone by and no contact. And it's like no matter how many years go by and how many, it's like those years should practically to us represent, you know, the need to move forward. And the grief process that should continue with that revelation of like, we need to move on, we need to go through the grieving process, we need to release. But their fire for you just keeps stacking up because they're like, this is not fair. This is a connection that was sort of meant to be. Now, there's also a message coming in for someone watching too, that some of these thoughts, these fantasies they have must be maintained in a position that they currently hold. And within this position, they feel like they have a lot of responsibilities that require their attention right now. So they're just hoping for a new opportunity in the future where they can delve into their curiosity and see if this Ace of Cups with this 9 of Cups desire actually equals this 10 of Cups happiness, this emotional fulfillment. We have here the Chariot. With the Queen of Pentacles, back of the deck is the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. With the Three of Swords, just want to peek underneath. Underneath is the Six of Pentacles reversed. So they're not 100% confident that you feel the same way, which is why that Six of Pentacles is in the reverse position. They're not 100% confident that you feel the same way, which is what sort of holds up their ability to come towards you, even because the Chariot talks about decisions that they want to make, and they're making them because of this inspired thoughts of you, because of their desire for communication, because their desire of fresh starts, and because of the unfinished business that they feel is in place in this connection. But there's somebody's position, could be the Divine Feminine, could be their own, could just be this pedestal they put you on, their own insecurity that stops them from coming forward. Because we have this Knight of Wands and we have the Knight of Swords, and they're both gung-ho for movement. Look at them charging in. This Knight of Wands has passion he wants to wield. This Knight of Swords has the truth. And he's on the coattails of that passion as well. But then here's the Three of Swords, stopping them in their tracks. Because there is this danger perhaps in this connection that if we charge in with the truth, if we charge in with passion, we're going to create change. We're going to create a situation that we're not prepared for. And the Three of Swords, I'm going to clarify that actually as I go here. This Three of Swords can indicate that the position that they hold in contains another person. So take that as it resonates to your situation. Can we clarify the Three of Swords, please? Their current feelings for pile 3. We have the Moon. There's something that divides. There's something that divides here, and it could be an actual marriage. So please take that as it resonates. The Hierophant is talking about, again, our position. But the Hierophant can rule institutions like education, government, marriage. So if it's not a marriage, it could be a position of authority, a job of some kind. But normally, it's usually connections that are forceful enough to stop this in their tracks. Like, that's a lot of movement. If you had 2 horses actually charging at you, you'd be hard-pressed to actually stop them. But this person says that there's enough at stake that they have to stop them. Back of the deck is the Page of Cups, but they fantasize and they dream about popping up out of the blue and giving you an opportunity, giving the two of you an opportunity to talk, not just talk, but to create a spark that can lead to more as well. Their current feelings for pile 3, please. We have the Flexible card, the 1 and the 9, equaling a 10 up here. What I love about this card is that it does remind me of the Knight of Pentacles. And it sort of helps to slow down these charging horses to the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, hold your horses, be stable, because there is a lot of potential here, but there's also a lot of obstacles. And this person feels like in order to maintain the hope of more, maintain the hope of this unfinished business coming to, full circle and having the opportunity to delve into it, we have to be flexible and we're going to have to be patient. Because there are responsibilities that we're looking after. Either you or this person or both having to be flexible, but not willing to come down off of that potential that still exists. Because again, there's the deep knowing card. And this speaks to the deep knowing that they hold in their heart of hearts about this connection. The wish that they hold in their heart. They may suppress this wish from other people, and they're suppressing it from you for sure. But there's an understanding here that there's a lot to be gained by overcoming these challenges. And some of this awareness didn't come in until after the fact as epiphanies. Because that's why the Knight of Swords sometimes goes charging in, because it's like he found out the truth a little too late and now he needs to catch up. This deep knowing, it's like, oh, that's who you are to me. Oh, this culminates in this happiness. Oh, you would have led me to the emotional happiness that I'm looking for. It's these epiphanies that sometimes hurt because they come in too little too late. And we go charging in because we want to make sure that other people are aware, that we understand. Other current feelings, please. You have impatient. We also have confusion. Back of the deck is the mysticism card. And that's why they're growing impatient, because you represent this mystery. It's like, what if we had walked through this door together? What if we had walked through this door? There's so many layers to you that they want to discover, that they want to explore. So many things about you and about them, vice versa, that you don't know and that they don't know, that they want to explore. This confusion that exists around the connection of what could have been if we had honored it. They're impatient to unravel that truth. And I feel like they're growing impatient because, again, I feel like for someone watching, there's a lot of years even here that are being stacked up. And all time makes the heart grow fonder. That's what Spirit says. It's only fueling the flames. Underneath here, we saw the completion card poking out as well, talking about a death cycle, a rebirth that's needed. But sometimes this completion cycle can talk about something that needs to be put to bed before we can enter into this connection. And that's why there is the flexibility coming forward as well. The true feelings for pile number 3, please. You've released your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. You also have a new love has stirred your romantic interests, and also free yourself. It's time to take back control. Back of the deck says children. Now within the Hierophant institutional card comes about responsibilities. Sometimes within those responsibilities, of course, lie children. So children could be a factor here. And if that resonates with your situation, you will know that that's definitely for you, because there is definitely this need to release the old, release these expectations, release these responsibilities in order to have freedom to honor this very unique connection. And even here at the free yourself, it's a beautiful unicorn with such a long horn. It really speaks to the uniqueness of the connection, but it's being suppressed, it's being paddocked, it's being collared, it's being controlled. And so this person, or perhaps they feel like you, there's a desire or need to release ourselves so that we can experience the new love that can be here. But there are obstacles, there are practical concerns that cannot be ignored, and that are not minimal either. I know we often, it may feel like we're being very kind of, or being very sort of passive about the effort it requires to move through obstacles like this, but I'm not minimizing it all, and neither is Spirit. They understand that it's not just change, it's scary change that we sometimes have to leap into. We have here keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, stringing along, one night stand. They may fantasize, if they are in another connection, about, again, leaping in with some chaotic physical energy towards you. But they are scared of what the consequences will be if they let that impatience win, if they're blinded by it. We do have coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. And this may have been rooted in friendship, and they do feel like there's unfinished business. The problem is they may call it closure. They may come forward and call it closure, but Spirit is very adamant that another person cannot give us that closure. So what they call unfinished business and the need for closure, Spirit says would act, and they might say, we should just be friends, would actually stir the pot. So just as a bit of an aside, as a bit of a warning from Spirit, still completely your choice of what you want to embark upon within this connection, but it just stirs the pot. That's what Spirit says. Back of the deck does say karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, letting go and loving you, resentment, and lessons. The lessons that were spearheaded by the disconnect. Some of these lessons are so necessary for evolution and awareness and enlightenment, but they're difficult because they're learned through the fires of our difficulties. That's where some of our biggest strengths are forged. Let's get some message cards to see what they are currently thinking about you. What are their current secret thoughts, please? Love is the answer. And it was the answer all along, and it's always the answer. Love is light. Light is source. It leaves no shadow for doubt. So if we're feeling negative, there's no room for that. Love is always the answer. It can avoid so many struggles if we just respond to every situation with love. But of course, without all of this disconnect, some of these epiphanies wouldn't have been wouldn't have been realized. And so there are important reasons why we go through these detours as well. We have light, and it's because of those enlightenments that are needed. If you had fallen head over heels gaga with this person in the past, and then you guys had galloped off into the sunset, it may be over by now, because the awareness wouldn't have been there and the enlightenments wouldn't have come. I feel the same way. Could be a very mirrored situation, mirrored feelings here. What are their current thoughts? I'm terrified. I'm terrified of where this path could lead us. I'm terrified of rejection. I'm terrified of knowing exactly how you feel. I'm terrified of being wrong about my feelings for you, because they have this deep knowing about what this connection means and the purpose of this connection. And they're scared almost to find out that it's true or not true. Like, it's like they're scared to find out. Have I lost everything? Do you even feel the same way? Back of the deck says, I need time for me. And this is talking about retreat. It's like an expectation. Again, they're growing impatient, but it's like they don't expect to see movement anytime in the very near future. The current thoughts, please, of pile 3. No one knows I still think about you. You are a secret that I keep. But says I'm coming, and you know what? We have such movement in the future positions here. Such movement, even the Chariot as a support. Now there are things in the way, but I would not be surprised if this person did make contact in the distant future. But they're scared to. I'm trying to become a better person. But the question that just went into my mind as soon as I put that down, a better person for whom? Who is this person truly living for in this moment is my question to them, because they're not living for their desires or their hopes or their dreams or their wishes. I wish I had fought harder for us. It feels like they're in this sacrificial type of, like sacrificial lamb type of situation. I didn't realize I loved you until it was too late. And the back of the deck says, I don't want anyone to get hurt. And I feel like they do prioritize other people's pain over their own, because otherwise they would be coming towards you, because they are in pain. Like, they are in pain because of the separation. I'm trying to decide what to do about this connection. What are their current thoughts, please? This is painful. And I'm addicted to you in this connection. Current thoughts. I want adventure with you. I'm coming. And that is the Knight. That is the Knight of Wands. Full stop. That is the Knight of Wands. I want adventure with you. I'm coming forward. I don't care who gets hurt, but I feel like they do care who gets hurt, and that's the problem. Not a problem. That's kind of them, but I'm dreaming of my dramatic return. And I can't keep doing this. I'm tired. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of wanting and never getting anywhere. I'm looking for clarity. A couple more here. I can see you and I'm watching you. 2 more. The truth of this connection lays hidden. And it feels impossible, but I cannot give up completely. Back of the deck says, I know we are going to start over. They're trying to maintain the confidence. They're trying to maintain the hope that there will be a place for the two of you down the road. Let's get a charm bowl for you, please. In the charm bowl, please, for group number 3, what does this person wish they could say to group 3 right this moment? What is the message that they have right this moment for group number 3 in the bowl? We have the King of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the the Judgment in the reverse position. This person, if they had a message for you right this moment, they would tell you that they are scared to create change in their current situation. They would say that coming towards you right now might create havoc for me, for you, and for everybody involved, and so I stay at bay. And I am sacrificing my emotional happiness for my current position right this moment. They would let you know as well that they feel like they made mistakes in the past, and that they're now living with the responses of those mistakes, and that they're worried about creating chaos. They're worried about creating chaos for you, but it is their concern at the end of the day, Spirit says, is their own self-preservation. Ultimately, we all go there. We have Q and F. Oops. We also have a crown. So we have the King of Pentacles here. So somebody whose position means a lot to them, and their appearances mean a lot to them as well. We have here 4-leaf clover and the Rose of Hope. We have like the Red Cross charm. We have a hot air balloon. And I always think of the 6 of Swords about transitioning into a peaceful, calmer waters. We have you versus you. And truly, when we have, any type of fear that we're facing, any type of challenge, our own worst enemy is ourselves. We have I love you to the moon and back. This charm has 2 different messages for me. It is a Sam McBratney children's book quote, so I do think about children. Children could be a factor here, so take that as it resonates. It also speaks to the moon and the things that we suppress within the moon, our insecurities, our fears, the secrets that we keep as well, that we keep to ourselves. This person is going to love you forever, is what they're saying. And it's kind of sweet. It's kind of heartbreaking too. We have the Screw, which is a very sexual charm for me, with the Knight of Wands coming in. And we also have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords can mean that you have, if you're the Divine Feminine, you could have air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. She is someone who is not afraid to kind of detach herself from certain situations. She's also a leader. It could be that this person is sort of waiting for your action, waiting for your movement, and being more assertive yourself in this connection because they don't feel like they're prepared to do so. They're also pretty intimidated by you. All right, group number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story down below in the comments section. And I would love for you to join our family here if you haven't done so already. If you do drop me a comment below, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer a chance to win a free mini read over on Instagram, so be sure to check me out over there. And I also offer private readings through my Etsy account, and my link is below for that as well. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take care.